Speed is immensely powerful. Speed is one of the most important aspects to life. It's nearly impossible to punch someone quickly and to not hurt them. Speed is a force, and it's powerful. If an airplane is flying through the sky and the engine's cut off, it doesn't fall out of the sky. It continues gliding forwards. Why is that? Because the speed is constantly pushing it forwards at such an incredible speed that it just continues going. Speed is the only force that can defy gravity. You can use speed to get through pretty much any problem that arises in your life, whether it be personal, business, your hobby, relationships, etc. If you're able to make the correct decisions quickly and implement into your life equally quickly, you'll be able to change your situation and improve your life extremely fast. I believe that the main problem that the average person has is they cannot make decisions and implement those decisions into their lives quickly because they have to think about it. They have to think about it for a few days, a few weeks, a few months, years, decades, whatever. Research everything that can possibly happen, no matter how unlikely it is. And eventually, that research just turns into procrastination and laziness. And eventually, you start forgetting all about that decision and that idea. And then later on, maybe a few decades down the road, you will actually regret not actually implementing it into your life and taking that risk. One of the main regrets of people is they didn't take more risks when they were younger. Now, I have actually done this exact same thing of just procrastinating the decision and implementing it into my life because it's scary, because it's a risk attached. However, you must realize that the difference between the average mediocre man who's lazy, has no ambition, versus the successful man who's either achieved everything that they actually want to achieve or on the road to achieving everything, is they actually took that risk, especially if it's a high risk, high reward scenario. Making that decision and acting upon it with speed. You need to be able to make the correct decisions, come up with a plan, and start executing on it quickly. As you only have a set amount of time on this earth. It feels like a long time. Like 80 years feels like an enormous amount of time. However, it will pass quickly. And there's simply no reason to waste these important years procrastinating on important decisions. Where if you just acted upon it, made the mistakes, and just went with it, you would have achieved 10 times more. You need to Blitzkrieg your way through life on the road to success. Now, the amazing thing about the Blitzkrieg military strategy that the Germans used in World War I was that it shocked and surprised the enemy so much that even if the German stormtroopers who were blitzkrieging made a mistake, they would still have the advantage because they not only had speed on their side, but they also had the element of surprise. Like if a young stormtrooper ran up into an enemy trench and tried to shoot an allied trooper, but his gun jammed, he would still have the opportunity to know to switch to either his secondary piece or take out a bayonet or switch to a knife and finish his opponent. The young stormtrooper knew what his options were because he acted with speed, and he knew that even though something went wrong, he would be able to actually, if he still acted with speed, be able to fix it and change it. So even if the worst case happened, which it did, he would still have options. Whilst his enemy, who was absolutely shocked at the speed of the stormtrooper, would have only seconds to think of a solution. And in those seconds, in this very brief amount of time, if you're not acting with speed, you either become paralyzed or make the wrong decision. Therefore, if you use speed to your advantage in life, you can recover from your mistakes much quicker than any person who likes to take it slow and think about all the solutions. That might be the safer, the most smarter way. But if you just make those mistakes, even if they seem enormous, the best way to learn is from mistakes. And the only way to do that is to actually try something. So if you actually implement a decision, make mistakes, you will learn a lot more than the person who just thinks and researches everything that they do. Speed kills, but it can be your greatest weapon if you utilize it correctly. Make a decision quickly and take action immediately.